Finish पूरा graduate. Hmm? Hmm? What else? Yeah. Janta, Janta.
Sir, please start, sir. Sir, please start already live, sir. Sir,
Okay.
please, sir.
So
Huh.
Vice Chancellor sir joined. Vice
Yes, sir.
Chancellor
Yes,
sir
sir.
joined.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. A very good afternoon to um,
Hello.
sir. सर वॉइस आ रहा है ना सर?
Hello.
Okay, so very good afternoon to all the panel of guests today who have joined for this webinar on Moocs and e-content development, and all the participants who have joined live on the YouTube live streaming of this seminar. Uh, Friends, this webinar is being hosted by the Human Resource Development Center at Sambalpur University with the support from the Department of Library and Information Science of Sambalpur University. The UGC has, through the Human Resource Development Centers, has designated, rather prescribed, some of the important areas where the HRDCs are required to conduct webinars from time to time. And on that series, this is the first webinar on a very important topic of today, not only in the academics but in the students community, in the research community, and the faculty of the universities and all other higher education institutions. As you know that the new education policy also has given a lot of importance on the blended mode of learning, where the online courses and the growing popularity of the online courses has been given a lot of importance in such a time. And while we are organizing this webinar, we have with us as chief guest our honorable vice chancellor Professor Sanjay Mittal sir, and our esteemed speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Sriram Pandey. He is a faculty member of Library Information Science of Banaras Hindu University, Banaras, and joining with me in this panel, Professor Sudhanshu Ranjan Mohapatra, a professor in law of this university, and uh, Professor Tattvamasi Palta Singh, a professor in the Department of Sociology. And also we have with us my colleagues, Dr. Navakrishna Behera, the course coordinator of the Human Resource Development Center, and my colleague Dr. Savitri Maji from the Department of Library and Information Science of this university. Um, uh, as I have given a hint of the webinar and what are the things going to be discussed in the webinar, because it is very practical to have knowledge in Moocs and e-content development, because the UGC has consistently been recommending that the faculty members of the colleges and universities should develop Moocs courses and e-content so that it would reach to a wider number of students, those who are not able to come to the universities and colleges for a formal course like that we are conducting here. So thereby prophesizing the popularizing the courses and distributing the knowledge through online content and online courses. These online courses, as you know, are very 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 high quality in content, also in quality, because it not only contains the text but also the videographs, audio, and all other live demonstrations. So students who are not able to understand through their texts and the classroom teaching or chalk and talk kind of teaching, uh, for them it will be highly beneficial to have such courses on Moocs. In India, we have already tested these kind of Moocs courses. You all are aware about the Swayam Moocs course and EPG Pathshala from Inclinet. Swayam is a MHRD initiative, and NPTL and many other Moocs courses have been successfully running. So, at this context, we are organizing this webinar, and I request all the members to have make it a live and interactive one, so that all your doubts will be cleared and as to how to go for this e-content development. I'm sure you'll be having a lot of questions in your mind, and our resource person is very experienced in this area, and he will certainly be able to meet all your queries during his deliberation. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, who has been so kind to spare a few minutes of his very valuable time, because he's busy with a lot of activities now going on here in Sambalpur University. I would request him not to spend much of his time and to address the audience of the webinar on Moocs and e-content development. Vice Chancellor, sir. Is it not there? Okay, okay. I think he has some technical problem there. Today there is a lot of fluctuations in the network, so probably uh, uh, that is the reason why he is. So let us go forward with the proceedings. Now I will request Dr. Navakrishna Behera, the program coordinator of the HRDC Center at Sambalpur University, to introduce Dr. Sriram Pandey, and then we will continue.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible? Audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good afternoon to one and all. Esteemed Director, UGC HRDC Sambalpur University, Professor Bulumarana sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chief Guest of today's webinar, Professor Sanjeev Mittal sir, Revered distinguished guests, SR Mahapatra sir and Madam Palta Singh, my dear colleagues, friends and participants. On behalf of UGC HRDC Sambalpur University and the Department of Library and Information Sciences, I have been given the responsibility to introduce Dr. Sriram Pandey, who is our today's honorable invited speaker in this webinar, for which it gives me immense pleasure. Dr. Pandey is currently working as Assistant Professor of Library and Information Science, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Before joining Banaras Hindu University, he was with MLS University, Udaipur for around 6 years and the LNM IIT Jaipur for around 4 years. He has been the recipient of the prestigious Commonwealth Professional Fellowship at the University of East London, UK. In addition, in his career, he has received several awards and fellowships such as Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Award, UGC Junior Research Fellowship, BHU Gold Medal. He holds master degree in Library and Information Science from Banaras Hindu University and Information and Knowledge Management from the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, and PGD LAN from University of Hyderabad and PhD from Sambalpur University, Odisha. It is an he is an expert in designing and developing of learner-centric massive open online courses, that is MOOCs. He has trained thousands of professionals and teachers in various institutions in India. His research interest includes educational technology, e-learning, ontology, semantic web, and knowledge management. He has published more than 30 research articles in the journals of national and international repute. Dr. Pandey has also successfully guided two PhD students and has undertaken one research project. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation, and we are very much thankful to have you in this platform, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. N.K. Behra, sir. Um,
Sir.
uh, I'm thankful to Professor Bulu Maharana, sir, who is Director HRDC, and other distinguished faculty members from Sambalpur universities who have given me an opportunity to share my experiences on MOOCs and e-content development. So this would be a very comprehensive topic, and although the time is already delayed, I'll try to cover most of the things in a in in a comprehensive way. However, it is very comprehensive topic, and it needs a few days of workshop, like 7 days of workshop, to complete each and every aspect. So whatever the way we could learn, I'll try to cover the maximum. And if you have queries and any question in your mind, you can ask at the end. So, with due permission of sirs, I am going to share my slides. Is it visual to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have an important topic, and already you have an idea that about Swayam Moocs, which has been discussed by sir. So let us discuss today agenda. In the first part, we will be understanding the Moocs in brief. Then we will be understanding the quadrant approach of Swayam. That is a one kind of MOOCs, and it is an indigenous MOOC created by government of India. So in third aspect, we will be learning a very important aspect, which is useful for not only the teachers who are involved in developing the e-content. It is equally useful for the researchers who are going to write their thesis, as well as they are writing the research paper. So it is the very important aspect of any SWAYAM course as well as MOOCs. So we will be learning this part in a practical way, and at the end I'll be covering that how we can develop the research course proposal to submit in the SWAYAM. So these four aspects we are going to cover in a both way, like a practical demonstration as well as a theoretical framework understanding of MOOCs and its various dimensions. So first, let us discuss MOOCs. So MOOCs is basically, it is the outcome of the movement of OERs. OERs is nothing but open education resources, where resource as well as the restriction, which is earlier it was a copyright restriction, is not there. So it is open licensing mechanism. So I'll be covering this in detail. But MOOCs is basically the outcome of the OER movement, which was the term was coined by Dane Carmeyer in 2008. So MOOCs is basically the acronym of the terms massive, Massive means a large number of audience can join this course. There is no
Hello, Pandey
restriction
sir.
of
Pandey sir.
yes, yes.
Sir, I think some issues in your headphone, sir. Can you use another headphone or
Yeah, it's working
please?
fine. There is no sound, right?
You just
Now
open.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes,
yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yes. Now it's
Right.
fine.
Yes.
Yes. Sir.
Please continue. Please continue, sir. Sir.
Hello.
Sir, please continue, sir.
It is audible now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue,
Hello.
sir. Sir. Please
Okay.
continue, sir.
So what I was discussing that Moocs is the acronym of massive means large number of audience, not large number of participants can join without any restriction. The O is for open means course is open for everyone without any restrictions and even without the subscription. So you don't require any subscription. The third is the online. This is the online web-based platforms. All these courses which is available under the Moocs, these are the online courses, and it is facilitate the large number of audience through web-based platform. It also offers.
So this is, I
Am I
think, Sam,
audible
there is
properly?
some, yeah,
So my mic is working well. Hello, hello. Am I audible properly?
Sir,
Yes,
some
yes,
noise
sir.
is.
Sir, what is happening? It's not getting right. Let me check my mic. Just wait.
Yes, sir.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sir. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is. It is clear. It is
Yes, sir.
clear.
Please continue.
Yes,
Sir,
sir. It
please.
is clear now.
Sir.
There is a problem with this software. It is not problem with my mic.
Okay.
So let me continue. So the
Yes.
courses is about the. It is clear now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is clear.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir.
So what I was saying, then Moocs is massive open online courses. So online means it is the web-based courses, and the courses which is self-paced courses. It means there is a flexibility of for the learners. If you are slow learners, you can you can set the learning goals according to your speed as well as the learning speed. So this is the way it offers the flexibility for the learners. So Swayam is basically this is the one of the initiative uh, taken by the government of India under NMEICT project, and it is dedicated to the nation by President of India in 15 August 2016. And it was launched officially for the learners on July 19, 2007. So basically, Swayam is a Moocs platform. Okay, its full form is. Am I audible properly? It is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So it's nothing but S stand for the study, W stand for WebSoft, A stand for active learning for, Y for young, A for inspiring, and M for mind. So it is nothing but steady waves of active learning, young aspiring minds. So this is the full form of Moocs, and this is the full form of SWAYAM. This is the one kind of indigenous Moocs designed and developed by Government of India under NMUICT project. So if you look at the scenario of Moocs development in India, SWAYAM offers several solutions, and it is one of the most popular MOOCs have been developed. So it is a one platform offers several solutions too. So the first is provide a classroom with the help of internet. So it's create a virtual learning environment, a virtual classroom environment with the help of internet. It offers the courses and various programs through which you can enroll and you can learn. The second, it provides certification. So apart from that, it provides a certification. Even it provide a lot of certification programs like UG level, master's level, even faculties from different institutions they can join different courses, which is not a certification course, but it is the self audit course. Even it's the solution to the problem with the limited only the internet connection as and smartphone you required or a laptop required, nothing else you required. So although it has also facilities and a mechanism to transfer the credit. Suppose that you are enrolled in the SIAM and you have appeared in uh, examination. So your credit may be included and transferred to respective institutions as per the SWAYAM guidelines of UGC regulation 2017. So that is the facility it offers. SWAYAM also offers access to the variety of material. It may be video content, audio content, textual content, images, and lots of simulations as well as virtual lab facilities. So SWAYAM offers much more, and it is a cost effective. So SWAYAM does not take any charge for its content, but for the certification and examination, you may have to register and you have to pay a very nominal fee. So this is about the SWAYAM. So as I said, SWAYAM offers a lot of materials. So it may be in form of the animation, it may be form of the PowerPoint presentations, in the form of the podcast, it is form of the open sources or open education resources, it may be the case studies, as well as it offers a discussion forum where you can interact and post your queries and you can get solution to any problem. So it follows online learning pedagogical framework, which was exclusively earlier used to design a virtual learning environment or learning management system like Moodle. So features of SWAYAM, if you see that it offers a lot. Okay, so it is a web-based and mobile-based approach. So it provides an interactive approach for all the courses. It provides a high quality of learning experience because the content quality, as the Guru sir rightly mentioned, that the content of the SWAYAM, if you look at, they are which is designed and evaluated by so many experts. So the content is very high quality of nature. Even it allow you flexibility in 3A format, means anywhere, anytime, and any format. So according to your time, your learning speed, as well as your convenient, it offers you the programs and certifications. So it offers you a discussion forum where users can interact and they can clear their doubts, as well as it support the hybrid model of delivery. As per the SWAYAM guidelines of UGC regulation 2017, it is now mandatory for postgraduate courses that 20% of the whole courses it should be through a SWAYAM platform. So it promote a hybrid mode of. In the same time, a student will have a face-to-face traditional classroom environment for the few of the courses, and 20% of the total courses they will be pursued from SWAYAM platform. So So this support a hybrid way of learning and blended learning approach. So as we have seen that SWAYAM offers much more, and SWAYAM is in Moocs. Okay, so SWAYAM offers much more. If you look at any of the Moocs, they essentially they contain four quadrant approach. The first quadrant is related to the e-tutorial. So e-tutorial is basically contains the videos and audio content in a very organized and systematic form. So I'll tell you how we can organize these video tutorials. The second quadrant of the moves and which is SWAM based four quadrant approach is the e-content. E-content basically contains the self-instructional material or self-learning material, which is also known as SLM. The third quadrant of the MOOCs is the discussion forums, which allows you to raise your doubts as well as instructor and the participant can answer them. So it is like it gives the freedom of collaborating them. The fourth quadrant, which is a very important in the online environment as well, that assessment part. So which contain the problem, assignments, solutions. A lot of assessment methodology are involved in assessment quadrant. So like rubric based evaluation methodology and a lot of other methodology, online methodologies is there, which is adopted and this part involved in several activities like of assessment. So SWAYAM follows four quadrant approach, that is e-tutorial, e-content, discussion forum, and assessment. So this is the four quadrant, and every MOOCs essentially contains these four quadrants. That they should have e-tutorials, it should have e-content, it should have a discussion forum, and it should have an assessment. And if you look at the scenario of virtual learning environment and learning management system, you will see that all these virtual learning environment like Moodle, they follows these four quadrant approach, where you can post your e-tutorials, like video content, you can post the e-content, you can have a discussion forum to have a discussion over the topic as well as doubt clearing session, as well as an assessment part for assessment to the student. So let us understand these four quadrants in a brief. So first quadrant is e-tutorial, which basically contains the video and audio content in organized form. So the video content, which is used for explanation, showing processes of various phenomenon, is posted here. The second aspect of e-tutorial is in form of animation. Animation is becoming very popular, and it is the fun element of the learning. So this many of the, if you look at this SWAYAM courses, they are including the animation. Even in PowerPoint side, they are using animation to make their slides very interactive as well as self-explanatory. The third type of content which includes under the e-tutorial is the simulation. Simulation is very popular, and especially in the science field, and it shows the operation of the process of any system. So if you want to show the entire process of that system, you have to use simulations, and that simulation will go as the part of first quadrant, that is e-tutorial. The fourth quadrant is the video demonstration. That is demonstration is the demonstration of a product or a process. And the fourth type of content which will be part of the first quadrant is the virtual lab. Virtual lab is also an initiative taken by the IIT Bombay, and they have uh, it gives a lab experience virtually. So even I conduct a lot of workshop, and I got a lot of questions from the participant, and there were a lot of questions asked by participants that how in this pandemic time where everything is virtual now, how we can conduct the lab, and the solution is these virtual labs. So virtual labs is the part of of first quadrant, and virtual labs is also an initiative taken by IIT Bombay, where they are posting all time. It feels like you are sitting in the lab and you are doing step-by-step processing. So virtual labs is also the part of the first quadrant. So quadrant first, e-tutorial contains video, animation, simulation, video demonstration, as well as the virtual labs. So if you have these kind of content, it will go to the first quadrant. The second quadrant is related to the e-content. E-content includes transcript of the video content, that is what you have discussed in video content, PowerPoint presentations that you have included and used for video content, open educational resources, which is a very important, and which includes that one also, web resources, and the related fields. So this is the e-content, and even all these open books, ebooks, which is a copyright free ebooks, that is an open book, may be part of this second quadrant, that is e-content. So every MOOC should have this four quadrant, and I have discussed the first quadrant and second quadrant, which is the e-content. The third is the quadrant is the discussion forum, and it is meant to raising your doubts as well as to get solutions and clarifications. Basically, you can join and create discussions, and all things, these quadrant can be created using this virtual learning environment. Even if you want to design your local MOOCs on the platform of any LMS, even you can use Google Classroom, or you can use a Moodle software to design a local MOOCs for your institutions, for your students. So it is not like that once you will be submitting your proposal and your proposal will getting approved, in SWAYAM will only can be created like MOOC. But this would be also one kind of MOOCs, and that you will create a MOOCs at the local level, at your university level for your students. So here you can join and create the discussions. You can reply over the post. You can edit the post, and as well as the post can be deleted. So a lot of option is there, and it is facilitated by virtual learning environment like Moodle. The fourth quadrant is assessment, and this part is very crucial. So all these assessment pedagogy that we followed for this traditional teaching learning environment may not be good in terms of the online environment. So in assessment includes the problem and solutions, and this virtual learning environment offers you a lot of way. Like you can design the MCQs, true and false questions, long descriptive type of question, as well as the SART questions. And you can also design the matching and filling the blanks type of questions. It has also a lot of offers. And you can give here the assignments, and you can give also post the solutions of the particular problem. So assessment also includes the FAQs and the glossaries and various other relevant, which is the important for the assessment. So you see, every if you are designing MOOCs for your the SWAYAM, that is the national platform, or you are designing MOOCs for your university, for your student, you have to follow the four quadrant approach. That is the first e-tutorial, e-content, as discussion, as well as the assessment. So it is very easy to design. You can use any of the LMS like uh, Google Classroom. Even it is not it's a learning platform. It's a virtual learning environment, but it's not a fully support which has all the feature of Moodle. So Moodle is very popular, but you can use Google Classroom as well. So let us discuss the e-content part. Okay, so we have gone, because the time is very limited. Otherwise, I could show you how we can create the e-tutorial also. There are a lot of softwares applications which is used to create the e-tutorials, and so a lot of you can either create just like presentation tube. It's a very good software to create e-tutorials, like video tutorials, and a lot of other softwares are used like OBS Driver, a lot of other softwares are there to create video lecture. So for that, I required a lot of time, and that should be another session on how to create an educational videos. But this part, I'll be discussing. This is a very important part, apart from the videos, that is e-content development, and that is the scope of today lecture as well. And this part is very effective in terms of for the research scholars who are not involved in the teaching, but they are involved in developing content, writing research paper, and writing their thesis. So before going to understand, let us develop the context of content development. So whenever you are submitting the content to the SWAYAM for SWAYAM as a proposal for get approval, copyright is main issues. Copyright is major concern, and because all content which is submitted to the SWAYAM must be compliance with the copyright law and IPR law. So that's why copyright is very much restrictive. Just like copyright, it prohibits its unauthorized use or distribution and performance or adoptions of your work. So if you are using someone else's work, it prohibits it. You could not use. So for taking though, because you are designing a learning content for your students, okay, and you are putting in the second quadrant, how will you use those content if you have no permission of those content? Copyright is very restrictive in nature, and it's required permission of the copyright holders for creating any derivatives work. If you are making derivatives of a work, you are remixing, you are revising that work, or you are sharing over the network, you require the permission. So that's why copyright is very restrictive. Although under the exemption of Copyright Act 1952, we have two provisions given under a fair use and fair deal. Under this, it is very much allowed for you to write the commentaries, comments, okay? Even search engine can index those informations. You can write in news reporting item. For research and research purpose, you can use it. But for suppose that you are taking image from a document, you are taking a text from a document, it won't allow to use it without taking a permission, because it is clearly comes under the purview of copyright, and it is uh, clearly written under the copyright that all the right is protected by the authors, and reproduction of the same in any means is prohibition of the Copyright Act. Okay, so that's why it is very much restricted. So what would be the solution if copyright is so much restrictive and you could not share the content among your students, or you are going to submit a proposal to the SWAYAM? It's not right that you are creating a course for a student and you require a lot of learning content. It is simply not possible that all the content would be, it is not original research. It's the learning content, and you will require a lot of supporting materials to teach that course. And for that, you must have to make the compliance copyright compliance. So there are a lot of solutions emerged over the past. The first thing that you can take only those materials which are available under the public domain. Public domain means the works which copyright expires. So if the work which copyright is expired, you can take that work and you can post under e-content if you are teaching to your students. Okay, if you are submitting the proposal and you are the course coordinator of your SWAYAM course, you can post any of the material which is available under the public domain. The solution is also that you should have permissions over that, just like you have subscription of those content, or you have taken permission from the original author who has created that work. So if you have obtained permission, and it requires a lot of time, and sometimes author and publishers, they get they will give permission, otherwise they won't give. So it is a very time consuming task. And under the fair use and exemption of Copyright Act, you can very much use that material. Licensing is another thing, that if you have license and subscription of those resources, you can very much use that work. And one of the prominent solution emerge under e-content development is OER, that is a Creative Commons license. So either the work which is available under the Creative Commons license can be used. So Creative Commons license is the backbone, it is the base of any open education resources. So open education resources offers you a lot of freedom which copyright does not, and it does not replace the copyright as well. So it works with a flexible ease, as well as offers you a lot of opportunity to the people who want to share their work, as well as those who want to consume those content for designing the learning content. So OER is basically any of the material that is freely and openly used. So it is, as I said, that Moocs is emerged as a open OER movement. It's emerged as a OER movement where we were trying, the people were trying to make the resources available under open access. So open access was one thing where resources were available in as a free, but those material which were getting published are getting published under the free access or open access does not mean that it is a OER. For OER, there is a necessary condition that the material should be under the open access or a free access, and it should be openly licensed. So open license come through this open education, this Creative Commons license. So we can very much give a formula that OER is nothing but a free access and open access of resources plus open license. So anything which is free does not mean that it is the open, it is the OER. But if anything has a open license, it means that that should be a free resource. So there are two conditions, that resource should be freely and openly accessed, and it should be openly licensed. So for OER, there are three important criteria, as I discussed, that there should be no restriction of the format, that material in any form, whether it is a print or a digital, it is applicable on both. So condition that the work may be available under public domain, or it would be available under public license. So if something is available in the public domain, it means it is a copyright free. That work may be shared, remixed, revised, retained, and redistributed. There is no problem at all. But if it is something is open license, it means that you can revise, remix, and redistribute without any restrictions. And it is very helpful to submit your Moocs courses for the SWAM. Okay. So these are the some of the terms associated with this move. That is, one is this your copyright, where it is all right reserved context, where everything is all right reserved. It means that you won't allow to revise your work, remix your work, and redistribute. Where open license will have will retain your copyright. It works under the purview of copyright, but still given right in advance to the user who want to share their work. Just like I have created this PPT and I want to share this work, I can very much share, because these are the learning content and it is designed for students. So I could share. So it is available under the open license, which is known as Creative Commons license. And public domain, as I said, that here copyright ownership is there. Here you won't have to worry about. You can copy, redistribute, translate, and whatever you want. So if you go in, copyright is very restrictive license, whereas open license gives you a lot of freedom under the purview of Copyright Act to design instruction material, that is self-instruct learning material for the Moocs courses. So these are the five R's of OER, which is given by David Wiley. And if these are the characteristics of any OERs, the first is, if something is OER, it means that You can download, duplicate, store, and manage content without any restriction. You have full control over the copies of that content. The second R is related to reuse. It means you can use the content in a wide variety. You can post in a group, you can post in a website, you can create a video, you can create an audio, and whatever you want to use it in different contexts, you can reuse. There is no restriction at all. The third is the revise. Means you can revise the content. It means you can adapt, you can adjust, you can modify or alter the content. Even you have flexibility to translate the content in another language. See the freedom it offers because it's a learning content for the student. It should not be restrictive. It should not be copyrighted protected. Rather, it should be open to the public. So if something is OER, it means that it should have an open license and resource should be free. So it should have a characteristic of retain, reuse, revise. The fourth R is related to remix. It means that we can create a mess up of the content, okay, by incorporating all type of content, and it is very much legal. There is no problem at all. And the next is the redistribute. Means you can share the copies of original content, or you can reuse, and even you can post online without any restrictions. Whether you are sharing to your students in a closed group or in an open group or anywhere else, it is very much easy to use and you won't have to face any copyright infringement. So these are the beauty of OERs. This is open educational resources. If something is OER, it means that it should be free and it should be openly licensed and should have these 5 characteristics, that is retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. So why Creative Commons license are very important? So Creative Commons license, I said it is the backbone of OERs because it has 3 layers of license. One license, which is the legal code, legal deeds of agreement, where anyone can see that what you can do with particular resource. This my PPT is available under CC by SA license. This is the Creative Commons license. It means it allows you to do a 5 hours. Okay. So it is the legal code. By seeing that license mechanism, you could easily these are the license mechanism. Easily you can identify that what is the freedom you have. The common code, which is simply the icons, which by the hue, it is human readable. By seeing only you can recognize that, oh, this can be, this is the freedom we have. And the third is the digital code, which is machine understandable. Not only the you, it is the machine understandable code is there, which understand by the machine. So if you search anything which is available under Creative Commons license or it is OER, then machine recognizes whether it is the text, image, audio, video, or any type of material that this material is OER. So it is not only have a legal common code, it has a digital code as well, which is very helpful to machine to understand these codes and retrieve the relevant result, which is OER in nature. So before going to understand the further, so you need to understand some of the key points. The first is the copyright is always automatic, whether you want or not. Once your ideas transform to the tangible object, it is protected by the copyright. Okay, so copyright never works on idea. When your idea transform to the tangible object, it will be protected by the copyright. The copyright always operate under the all rights reserved, as I had discussed. But this CC Creative Commons licenses operates under some right reserve. Means you will work under the copyright and still it gives freedom to the creator to share the work. So that is the beauty of this Creative Commons license. It is it is for learners, creators, educators who want to create the content and want to share over the world and free of cost, as well as openly licensed so that other can share and redistribute. We share a lot of material every day, but we hardly bother about this copyright concern. And whenever you submit anything proposal to the Moocs, it is mandatory for the SWAM that all the content you have created, it should have a copyright compliance, as well as if you are using OER, it is highly encouraged. And all this SWAM platform content is available under Creative Commons license. It means this is OER. If you look at this EPGP Pathshala, Sodh Ganga, all these contents are available under OER. It means it is openly available, freely available, as well as you can use it without any, you won't have to take permission from the original author. So these are some of the key points associated with this Creative Commons. At the time, I have limited time, so I'm not going in detail. So there is a difference between copyright and plagiarism. That copyright never works on idea, where plagiarism works on the idea. If it is not your idea and you are not acknowledging the proper source, you are violating the plagiarism. So let us understand these Creative Commons licenses in details. So we have 6 types of Creative Commons license under e-content development. The first is known as CC BY license. In each and every license you will look at, there is a BY symbol. It means that it is a BY license. BY means you can, the first license is known as CC BY license. The second is license is known as CC BY SA license, means share alike license. The third license is known as CC BY NC, means CC BY non-commercial. The fourth license is CC BY ND, is CC BY non-derivative license, and last 2 licenses are nothing but the combination of this license, that is CC BY non-commercial share alike and CC BY NC and non-derivative license. Let us understand these licenses first. BY license means the attribution license. It means that anyone 5 hours can be done. And anyone can revise your work, remix your work, or you can remix your work. You can adopt someone work, redistribute work, and without any retain your work, but you have to give credit to the original creator. That is the only condition. If somewhere it is written as CC BY, that you can adopt that work without any, you won't have to obtain permission. You can adopt that work, revise, remix, share, redistribute, whatever you want to you do. But you have to simply give credit to the author. This is the main or a symbol that you have to create the, and each and every CC license you will see that this symbol means you have to give credit to original creator. And how you can do, I'll demonstrate through various examples. This is a share alike license. This license says that okay, you do all these 5 hours, but you have to share that work with an identical license. Means if this is my PPT and I have given CC BY SA, and even I have obtained some of the materials from other sources. So those are available under SA license, because SA license say that you have to share the work in identical license. So I have put the work under CC BY SA. Okay. The third license in SA means you have to give credit to the author, but non-commercial purpose. This is the ND, which is very restrictive license. It says that okay, you share the work, but you cannot revise, remix, non-derivative. You could not make or verbatim copies of the work. Means you have to share as it is. So this is very restrictive and it is highly discouraged to use for OER. And these are the combination of this license. CC BY means you have to give credit to the author. NC means it is non-commercial license. SA means you have to share the work in identical license. This is again the CC BY means you have to give credit to the author. NC for non-commercial purpose, anybody can use this work even for non-commercial purpose. And D means you could not make copies. It means you could not change anything. So it means that the last license and all these ND license are very restrictive license, and it is highly discouraged to use for OER. OERs. So if you look at this diagram, and this is the public domain mark license. The public domain means the work which is copyright waived off or copyright free. So that work is available under public domain. Okay, and this is the you see that all these four licenses are very encouraged to use for OERs, but these are the very restrictive license because it won't follows the main characteristic of this OER, the FIFA. That's why it is highly discouraged to use this license for creation of one. If you look at, there are so many peoples around the world, especially for the music industry, they are uh, making their music available under these license, that so that anyone can redistribute their work, they can use their work, but they could not change in their compositions. Even recently, I have seen that there is a booklet of copyright brought out by National Digital Library of India, and they have put this license, this ND license, for that work. It means that anybody can distribute, share, but they could not change anything in the content part. So that's why these license becomes very popular, and it is used for, because if it is a CC license, it is the OER. That is the concept. That is the conditions. These are the same thing in a detailed way. This is the same thing, and which is discussed in. Suppose that if you have, it is evaluated based on these five parameters: copy and publish, attribution required, commercial use, modify and adopt, and license change. Just like if it is a public domain mark, some material would be there. Then you are free to do. You won't require any attribution. You are free to do. If it is a buy license, you could copy and publish. You need, because all this is CC buy needs attribution. Okay, but if you look at SA, what is the all other thing you can do? But what you could not change the license. In ND you could not modify and adopt. In NC you could not publish commercially. In NCSA, you could not change the license, as well as NC, you could not commercially use that. And if it is ND, it means you could not modify and change, and you should have to use under commercial. So these are the various license and its features. So all licenses, if you look at, all licenses are not compatible to each other. If you are remixing the sources to create the self-learning material for your students under the Moocs, you have to see that how these licenses can be combined together, because you are aggregating the content from so many sources. So how you will look at whether it is compatible or not. So for compatibility, you have to see this chart. If it is your own work, just like if you have created a PPT without taking any sources help, then you can, there is no problem. You can give any of the license based on the freedom you want to give to your users. But if you are adopting someone work, then you have to must remember this chart. Okay, this chart is this is the status of original work, and here you will see in the row it is the adopter license. Means you are, as a adopter, you have to adopt the license. This is the status of origin. Suppose that the work is available under public domain, it means if it is a public domain, then I won't have to give any credit. I can give any of the license. Okay, if it is a buy license, I can give any of the license, there is no problem. But if someone has given that this is buy license, it means I have to give credit to the author. So I could not make the available my resource under public domain, because author says that they have to, you have to give credit to original author. Okay, if it is an NC license, you should not give a buy license. NC, you can give all NC type license you could give, but you could not put that license as a CC buy license. If it is the ND, you could not give any license. If it is SA, you have to give SA because you could not change the license. For ND, you could not adopt any of the license. By SA, you, because SA, you could not change the license. You have to give necessarily as a CC BY license. So this chart you must have to remember while creating the content for your MOOCs, or you are teaching to your student. You must have to remember, and you are creating an instructional material for the second quarter. This is the way we could choose the license under Creative Commons license, and I'll demonstrate you how we can do that. It has these four parts. First is the license feature, where it will ask directly that what you want. It will help you here. It will generate a license for you. Here it will ask some of the information to be filled up, and a license will be automatically generated by the system. You have to simply cut, copy, paste. So how you are going to remix those resources? This is a very crucial. So always remember that you have to go through that chart. Okay, adapters chart. So this is the symbol. This is the attribution license. This is the share alike license. This is the non-common. In short form, these are, this is the non-derivative license. This is the public domain license, which is denoted by this symbol. And this is the another type of license, which is especially used for the manuals in the software industry, which is known as GNU GF, free distribution license. Okay, so these resources can be clubbed together, but how we can do that? Let us see through an example. This C is basically creating a learning content for his student for the Moocs, and basically C has used a table which is available. She searched over the web, and she got a table which is available under CC BY license, and she searched another to support this table argument. She has a graph which was available under CC BY NC. Lots of OER available over the web, billion trillions of OER, so it is spreading very fast because of the initiative taken at various organization and government level. You see that all this EPG Parchala, this NCRT course, where they have created a national repository for OERs. So where you can search a lot of materials, whether it is the e-content, e-tutorials, and e-assessment part. So everything is available in OER. You can simply download and use it. Let us come to the point. What I say that C is creating an instructional content for a student, and C has used a table which is available under CC BY license, and C has used another graphs to support this table data, which is available in the CC BY NC license. So C is thinking to adopt these licenses. So being a OER profession, what you suggest? What should have to be taken care about while selecting the license? So C has three options to select. Either C can select CC BY NCSA license, CC BY NC license, CC BY NCND license. So how you can select the license for your remix if you are remixing the work? So the first thing that what you need to do, that first you have to think that based on adapter chart, whether these two licenses, these two resources licenses are compatible to each other. So if you look at BY license and NC license, BY license based on adapter, if it is a BY license, I can give BY NC as well, because BY has a lot of flexibilities. So BY can be added with any of the license. I can give CC BY NCSA, or I can give CC BY NCND, or I can give CC BY NC. So BY can go with any of the license. But the most, if you want flexibility to your student that anyone can use my work without much restriction, they can redistribute. It is always preferred to avoid any license. Okay, so this license, because CC BY will go with the NC as well. So most suitable license she can choose for her work for learning content is CC BY NC. So she will be choosing a CC NC license for her work. This is another work. He is creating learning content for Moocs, and he has used an image of dog, which is available under CC BY SA license, means license could not be changed. And he has used a set of exercises which is also available under OERs, and that is available under CC by NC license. So first thing you have to, he is thinking to use CC by NCSA. Whether he can do that, if you being a LI OER professional, he could not combine, because CC by SA is it is always preserve the license. It means this should be either available in CC by SA, or this should be available under the BY. Because CC, if something is available on the CC by SA, this can't be combined with CC by NC. So what he does in this case, if he want to use this license, what he did, he has changed the image of dog. He searched OER again, and he changed the image of the dog with different dog image, which is available under buy license. And this buy license can be go with the NC license also. So this can be combined. So he could either take CC by NC, or he can take, because he want that my content is redistributed remix as well, but it should be shared in identical term. So he can choose CC by and CSA license. So this way you can mix the license, and you can create the instructional learning content for your students as well as for your Moocs. So let us have a hands-on experience how these OER can be searched, and how we can uh, design these, develop these license mechanisms. So for that, what you need to do, that the OER is going to complete 20 years in this year. We have, I am the member of Indian chapter of the CC Global Networks. So, so we are going to host a global summit very soon. So here, go to the Creative Commons sites. Here there is an option to share your work. Just click on that. Okay. Here, what you need to do, there will be a license wizard appear. Choose a license. It will give three options to generate a license, which is Creative Commons license. This is the license wizard. Okay. Here you have to select. Okay, just like if it is your work, or you are not adopting someone else's work. Okay, how you generate a license? Just like it will ask a question, allow adoption of work to be shared. If I say that yes, my work should be shared, but if I say that my work should be shared, but with the identical license. Once I click on that, you see here it will be visible to you that if I am changing this option, the license is getting changed. Here I am putting share alike license. Anybody can use my work. It is shareable, but it is under share alike. This license is generated. What you need to do, you have to click this one, help others to attribute. So here you have to put, just like this is, I am putting open education resources. You see, it will be changed. Here I have to put my work. If it is my work, I am not adopting work. If I am sharing somewhere, you have to put the URL here. If you are adopting someone, put your URL of that resource here, and it works fine. And simply you need to do that. You have to copy and paste. Suppose that you have PowerPoint presentation. Suppose that, and you want to protect under uh, grant a license under Creative Commons, just paste it. You see, so this license has been generated, and you can use it for your different purpose. Okay, this is, you see, and it looks professional. It looks professional, as well as it will give a complete deeds agreement that what you can do with my resource. By clicking on this, just like, let me show you, this like, this can be done with any of the document, okay? And you are granting license in advance to user that you, okay, this is OER, this is open education resource, my PPT is but what is the license date? Just click on that. You will see the license date, okay? Here it will give you the detail, give me the detail. Or if you are adopting my work, it will, here it will give that you are free to, this is the license deed, means if you are adopting my work, it will give a clear line that I can copy and redistribute the, I can adopt, remix, transform, and build upon the work. So this way, and it gives everything. You see, this is the license deed. By clicking directly, anybody can know that what is the license I have given. So this way you can generate a license. If you have own creation, if you are adopting that work, you give source work of the URL. There is another way to choose the beta version, which is recently developed. Okay, so here it will ask you the in 7 steps. It will generate a license for you. Suppose that if you are adopting one work and or you are creating your own work without adopting it. So that's it. So it will ask you a list of results, just like uh, if you select no option, I don't know which license I have to choose, then click on next. Then it will ask the same question that I I have read the, click on that, all this induction. Then attribution of your work you want that others can attribute to you, just click on that. It will see here, it will display the everything. Then click on next. Then it will ask whether you want that others can use your work even commercially. I say that no, I won't allow my work to be commercially used. You see, license is getting generated. Then click next. In the fifth step, it will ask a question that you allow other to remix your or adopt your work. Yes, other can adopt my work and remix the work also. You can see here. And the next stage, it will ask a question like title of the work. The title I have OER, creator of work. My name I can put here. Link to the work. If profile is there and date of the creation, just like it is created in 2021. Here it see the license is generated. Just you can copy and paste directly. You see it's under available under Creative Commons license. And if it is a print work, you can also you can see the license means if anyone will adopt my work, credit must be given to me, and this work is available only for non-commercial. This way, you can generate a license. Okay. If you are adopting the work, there is another mechanism to do that also. Apart from the license I have, just like you are using an image. So let me demonstrate how you can do that. To searching an OERs, it is important to go through, there is an option to search, CC search, search.creativecommons.com. It offers you to browse and search more than 500 millions of the images. Okay, so just like if I am designing content for my Moocs, so self learning material for the students, I could use a lot of images, I could use a lot of text and video, audio as well. So everything available through this platform. Either you can search directly those platforms or you can search from here. Just like I'm creating this PPT and I need some of the images of Moocs. So how I can use that? So just go to Creative Commons. Here you will see, just like here you can filter by the license mechanism. Okay, and all the by clicking user, you see this image. Suppose that I want this image. this image is available under CC BY license. It means that I can very much use. There is no problem at all. It can combine with several licenses too, because it is a very flexible license. This is a CC BY license. So suppose that I want to use this image without without taking any permissions. So earlier, what was happening, that we simply use that image without taking permission, or we simply a researcher, if I am writing a research paper, what we generally do, that we give this image and give reference of the image like source colon and URL. That is not a professional way of doing that. You have not obtained the permissions, and that is not OER. So what is the alternative way to use an OER, and now you can give reference like this? Okay, so you see, this is the reference of this image. So just like if you are using this image, suppose that I copy this image and I want to use this image. Okay, suppose that I want to use this image. How you can give URL, that I want to show you. Anything, if you are developing in Word document or you are developing in any kind of document, how you can give this. So earlier, what we were doing, that we were giving the source in the bracket, but now we won't have to give source like this. We have to give this way. This is the exact credit to the client. So it is form of a TASL, title, author, source, which is the link, and the license, TASL format. Just copy it and give under the reference. If it is a Word document, now it will look professional. Editor of that book may easily understand that this is the original source. So this is the standard way of giving reference to an image. Even you can search a textual content, audio content, visual content as well, and all through possible through this Creative Commons search. Here, if you look at, here there is an option of audio search also, video also. Okay, just like I am searching notes. This is a wonderful platform. Apart from that, from YouTube also you can directly search. Suppose that I am developing video content for the students, for the Moocs. Even I'm developing for the video content, and I want to remix some of the videos which is available over the web. So simply you could not use the copyrighted video which is available even in YouTube. So what you need to do, you have to use those only those videos which are available under Creative Commons and under OERs. So just like here, from here also directly I can search YouTube, and I will get a list of those videos which is available under OER, under Open Education Resource. It means that those video can be very much remix, revise, and use it for different purpose, even for submitting content for the soil. So the content delivery is very important. How you are developing the content, and it's required, that if you are using copyrighted image, copyright videos, copyright image, it is not simply, it is not going to work. So let's see how it works. Just like Moocs, I am searching. I search directly. You can also search what is the option available. Let me demonstrate you. Here, if you are directly searching the YouTube, here go to the filter. Here there will be option. It is, you see, it is filtered through Creative Commons. And all these videos can be very much combined and remix. Let me, here you can directly search through Creative Commons. Okay, so this is way you can search YouTube directly and you can get the resources which is available under there. Just like this is the video available, you shall have. If I want to remix these videos for my video so that it will be very interactive while in presentations, so I can very much use them, because this is under OER. How we can see it? Click on that. If you click on those videos, which is filtered already, you will see that under the attributes, here if you go in detail, it's getting downloaded. If you go in show detail, here you will look at this video is available under creative. It means that it is OER. I can reuse, I can remix, I can revise those videos to create my own e-tutorial. So this way it works. Okay. Even the audio content is available, you can search and you can get. If you are a teacher and you want a lot of instruction material, use this website, OER Commons, and you will get a lot of content over here. Even you can create a lot of e-content for your student, and you can directly give links to, if you are the course coordinator as I am, directly you can give links to those content under e-content content module. So here you can find a lot of ebooks, open books, and you can create your own ebooks as well. And you can use several of the books which is available under OERs to create your own books and publish directly here. So here you simply use search. Here you can define the education level. A lot of other search features is available. Due to time restriction, I'm not able to cover all the in detail. Otherwise, it is very interesting portal of OER's Common. Here, let me show you how it works. Here you see that these books are available under, this content is available under OERs, and you see that their license is given again. Okay, here there is a license option. You can filter those content under license. Okay, so these are the some of the options available. You can search here, and you can directly post here, and the links of those resources can be posted directly under the links and related item under the second point. So this way, these OERs is becoming so much popular for delivering of online content, creation of own content, as well as using the learning content for teaching learning purpose. It is the backbone, it is the base for Moocs, and you have to, it is the compliant with all these Moocs platforms. If you look at the Moocs, because it's open, it is open courses available. For certification only they are charging, but it is mostly most of the content, whether it is edX, everything is available. For certification they are charging a little bit, but for the content they are not charging anything. So these contents is highly effective, and you can use it for different purpose. It is 4:50 already. So how much time I have left, Jen? Shall I take 10 minutes more?
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay, let me
Sir,
continue.
continue, continue.
So these are the platform. Even if you want to use a Google image for image searching, that is also possible. Go to the image.google.com. And from there also you can search. Only you have to filter based on those content, and you can use those images for creation of, just like I'm searching some of the images. These slides I have prepared. I have taken a lot of material which is available under OERs, not the license content. All these images I have used is OER. Okay, so in Google Image, if you are using, what you need to do, that these are, but all these images which is retrieved through the Google is not OERs. What you need to do, go to the tools, What is our traditional way? That if I like this image, I immediately copy it without knowing that this image is copied or not. It is copyrighted, protected or not. Simply you go to the tools. Here there is usage right, filtered using Creative Commons license. Once you filtered using Creative Commons, it will change the result. You see that result has been changed. The image which I like most is not available under Creative Commons. There are other images similar to this is available under Creative Commons, which I can use it. There is no problem at all. If you want to know the detail of those images, simply by clicking those images, you can know the details of those images. There is no problem at all. So this way it works, and a lot of it needs a lot of time to understand the entire spectrum, the landscape of this UOER ecosystem. Here, if you look at this image, you can download very much, and you will see that it is available under CC BY license. It means that I can share, I can remix, I can redistribute. There is no problem at all. So let us go to our PPT that as time is very limited, I have to. So let us discuss how we can submit the course proposal to the summit. Once you have developed the e-tutorials, e-content, how you can submit. So basically, the process of identification of course coordinator is it will go in three stages. One is the national coordinator agencies like UGC is for postgraduate courses, non-engineering postgraduate, and there are NPTA. There are a lot of agencies are there. They identify the courses for the Moocs, and then they will invite the expression of interest in the newspaper and various other media. And then course coordinator, just like a teachers, they will be submitting their course proposal to the NCs. So they have to put the course proposal under this format. The course type, credit or non-credit is a credit course or non-credit course title, a brief overview of the course, the medium of instruction, course schedule and duration. This is the standard format for SWAYAM based proposal. So in introductory video, you have to, the first is that these are the prerequisites that you have to submit the introductory video of the course. Okay, 4 to 10 minutes videos which explain the actual concept of whole spectrum of the course may be given in the brief introductory video of the course and how it is course is effective, and there is a lot of mechanism that how we can create these videos and how we can write a script for the videos. So it is preferably it is narrated by the course coordinator, which is CC, and it provides the course overview of the objective, prerequisite and learning outcomes of the course, and any other relevant information of the course. If you look at SWAYAM and all other platforms, they have been mentioning the introductory video. It is a very crucial and it's required during submission of your proposal. Then the learning outcome you have to clearly define that specific learning outcome details as well as the micro and macro level of learning outcomes you must have to define. Then the topics under which and the theme wise distribution of those topics must be mentioned, and you have to give him the module wise details as well. So teaching team you have to must identify the course coordinator photographs as well as the details of the course coordinator, which is the 40 words length, and if some co-coordinator is handling this course with you, their photographs as well as the brief profile, which should not contain more than 2 words, must be submitted along with the introductory video. Then you have to specify the prerequisite of the course, the skill knowledge which is required for doing this course, and what are the, if something is prerequisite for the course, you must have to and you have to clearly specify what is the level of your target audience the course. Like this course is suitable for the faculty members, just like all these ARPIT course annual refresher programs are suitable for the faculty members only. So the target audience is the faculty members. You have to specify the cycles of the course, the number of times in a year this course can be run it. the announcement date, when it will be announced, what is the start date, what is the last date of enrollment, like that. The module wise video lectures, you have to, once it is approved, you have to give the module wise video lectures in terms of the video title, name of, so you have to create the videos, and for that you have to learn that how we can create an education video. If time permits in future, maybe I'll be taking a session on how to create an educational video. The reading material, which is known as the self-based self-learning material, which should be uploaded in this format, and self-assessment will be also based on this format. So video lectures, how we are, so video lecture must be accompanied with the transcript, that is the details which you have discussed in the video. So for 4 credit courses, you have to require the 40 videos to be uploaded, each of the 30-minute duration. So the maximum duration uh, uh, duration of each video should be 30 minutes. Okay, so reading material should be provided uh, up to the 40 modules. Okay, so these are the evaluation methodology that you need to specify, and based on the evaluation methodology, they will you have to, and the final exam will be conducted by the NTA in proctored examination. So this is the weekly templates for the SWAM, and it contains all quadrant, like videos, all these multimedia and video content, then the transcript, the textual handouts and notes, as well as various links, various related materials. Then you have activities module, which contain the assignments, discussion, and if it is a practical exam, any other information. And assessment, generally we put quiz, peer assessment, or any other relevant information related to assessment. So this is the week wise plan that we need to create once our course is get approved through the SWAM. So there are a lot of challenges associated with if you are submitting a proposal, and there are a lot of, although SWAM is very much popular, it has capacity to host more than 2,000 course at a time. And nowadays, a lot of courses are hosted on SWAM, but it has some limitation too. Because challenges is that it's digital literacy. Someone is not very much acquainted with that computer technology and how to handle a computer. He will find himself as a unable to learn through SWAM platform. It is totally a web-based and internet-based platform. So only the courses are there. There is no curriculum is there. There is no, just like it is not offering a course which is like a full Bachelor of Arts course, full Bachelor of Library Information Science. It is not offering like that. It only offering the course like information retrieval or bibliomatics is a course. Okay, or digital library is a course. So it offers only the curricula, and as per the guidelines of the UGC, only 20% credit can be transferred, not more than that. So merely providing the content cannot be provide the learning experience exactly, although it has a very crucial role to play, and it has given a new dimension to teaching learning over the Indian academic scenario. But only the merely providing the content does not say that there are some studies that the real learning happens, which was earlier we had in traditional classroom learning environment. That there is a need for adequate individualization. So mentoring is very important. There is a very, if you see that there is a very low completion rate is found. Although the student who are getting registered, or thousands of students are getting registered enrolled in a particular course, but you will find that only few students out of those students are completing that course or appearing in the proctored examinations. So coordination between the host and parent institution is very difficult, because it is still a bit difficult, because if you are going to have a SWAM course, 20% of your course through SWAM platform, and there is no guarantee that when the exam will be scheduled, and if you get failed in that examination, how your your whole year would be wasted. And even it may be possible, it may be delayed your after the examination. If you get passed, it may delay your credit transfer, so it would create uh, a sort of delaying of your getting your mark sheets or degree. So proctored examination mass is very challengeable, and because everything is we are doing online. So I have seen that I had appeared in an exam of RP annual refresher course. Um, for the teaching faculty, and I have seen many of the students who are pursuing their master degrees or bachelor degree, they have also appeared in the same exam. What is the need of that examination for them? So there should be a clear monitoring. It is a very mentoring as well as the monitoring of only the eligible candidate should be appeared in those examinations. So these are some of the challenges associated with the SWAM. So that's all for the SWAM and the Moocs I have discussed so far. If you have any questions or anything to ask, I would be happy to answer. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Sriram.
Thank you, sir.
Haji. Mm, you have given a very extensive and elaborative of covering all the aspects of the Moocs and e-content development. I understand because there is a time constraint, because you know l- many aspects are there which where actually we need some practical demonstration and kind of thing. So that, but however, you have covered almost all aspects of it. And to start with, somebody can think of and they can systematically go ahead with having, particularly our faculty members, having their own Moocs courses. And of course, this is not the last time you are addressing this, and many of our faculty members and those who are interested may reach to you in different medium actually for various things. You covered all those conceptual aspects, and particularly very detail in this licensing, which is very very important when you are dealing with, because the courses which are offline are less vulnerable for this violation of copyright and all those things. But when they're online, there is every possibility that there is a violation of the copyright norms. And you have given a very elaborative uh, uh, outline of the Creative Commons licenses and how we will be using them. Okay, so we will take a few questions with us. We have Professor Sudhanshu Ranjan Mahapatra. He is a faculty, senior faculty member, a professor in the Department of Law of this university. Will have a question, and then followed by him, followed by Professor Thomas Palta Singh is a professor in the Department of Sociology. Have some questions, and I welcome questions in the YouTube medium also, because our speaker is a high user of the social media, and he would like to answer all your questions online as well on YouTube. So please keep writing on YouTube also. So I'll now request Professor Isar Mahapatra to go with his questions.
So thank you, Pandey Professor
Thank you,
Pandey.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much for this insightful lecture. Though initially it was a bit incomprehensible, subsequently I got a sense of it very lucidly. You highlighted the very rudiments of what should the contents of Moocs, Soyam. It's really, really appreciable. But my question is that, sir, so far as the protection of copyrights are concerned, so what do you think is the of a book with that of the author of this Moocs and the Soya?
Sir,
What
can you
should be
repeat the
the
question?
basic difference? Hello, sir.
Pardon, sir. Could you repeat the question, please?
Is it audible now? Is it audible now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Now it is audible.
The question is that please highlight us as regard the basic difference between, so far as the protection of copyrights are concerned, the difference between the protection of copyrights of a author of a book with that of the author of the Moocs and the Shoyam.
The thing is that Swayam says that whatever the material you are going to use under the second quadrant,
Yeah.
that is the content, that should be, you have explicit permission over the content. So if you are, because it is a self-instructional material for the student, and because it is a course, just like in university, we are getting a lot of textbooks and a lot of books for teaching those content. Those material can't be directly go to the Swayam platform. So that kind of cannot be used because those materials are copyrighted protected. That's why we have been using and we are using OERs for developing those content. That is the main initiative.
There is some audio issues there. That's not audible properly.
Am I, sir? I'm not audible,
Now,
right?
now it's
Hello.
okay. It's fine. Now it's fine. But while you were answering, there was some audio issues, so it was not audible
I
properly.
said I
So
said I said that I said that the Swayam, in Swayam courses, whatever the content you are going to post under the second point, it should have an explicit permission. Am I audible, sir?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
During our classroom teaching, we refer a lot of books for teaching those content. We refer textbook, we refer the reference book for teaching those content. But while posting those content to the Swayam, it won't allow to post because for those content we don't have explicit permission. That's why it is suggested that use open educational content, which won't require any permissions, and it is explicitly available to reuse, remix, and rework.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
thank you so much.
Now,
It is
thank
a
you.
very
Now,
nice question.
Professor Palta Singh there, madam, are you there? Professor Palta Singh, madam.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay, you unmute
Yes,
yourself.
thank
Unmute.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank
Clear and
you,
loud.
Dr.
Right.
Pandey, for a very elaborate discussion on Moocs and SOEM. It's very, very useful. And I just have one question to you, and probably another question, that whether Moocs can be used as sustainable pedagogy in future in Indian context.
Yeah,
Can
exactly,
it
ma'am.
be a kind of parallel sustainable pedagogy in Indian higher education system? My
Exactly,
second
ma'am.
question is that,
Hmm.
yes, am I
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
Dr. Pandey?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Please ask. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing is also how actually Moocs has become a very efficient and alternative arrangement during this COVID-19, and how the preparedness of Indian higher education for dealing with the forthcoming pandemic situation.
The
These
first,
are my
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
questions.
The first answer is
Otherwise, your
that
lecture is very, very informative.
thank you, ma'am. The first answer is because government of India was planning uh, in the way that the other countries have adopted the mechanism of open learning, and just like MITs and all these the leading institution across the globe, they were starting to join a movement of open courses. So earlier it was open courses. So government of India thought that why should not we have a learning platform where students can learn according to their pace, according to their flexibility, as well as they can get a certification. So as you have seen
There
in
is
this
a
pandemic,
disturbance. I am not able to hear you. Dr. Pandey, I am not able to hear you.
hello, hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, now you are audible.
So what I was saying that as most of the institution across the globe, they have joined the open movement to make their resources available under the MOOCs programs, Government of India thought to develop these platforms under the SWAYAM, which not only facilitate the online learning, it also facilitates of certification. So Government of India, as per if you look at the MOOCs SWAYAM platform development of guidelines of 2017, it has clearly mentioned that nowadays, if you see that there are a lot of guidelines came in the recent past, and it has says that it is allowed for the universities to conduct an online degrees program. So now you could see the future. It will happen that university, a regular university, may conduct an online and offline degree in both the format. So it would be sustainable in that nature. The second question, am I audible, Ulu sir?
Yes,
Not
yes,
very
yes,
clear.
yes, but it's audible,
We are not
audible.
very clear, but somehow we are able to listen, but not very clear. The voice is breaking in between.
I think there is some
Maybe
problem
there
somewhere,
is.
but overall it is audible, and yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The second question,
You can continue, sir. Yes.
second question, could you repeat, ma'am?
My second question is that during COVID-19 pandemic, how MOOCs has played a massive role, and what is the future preparedness for combating such kind of pandemics in future situation? What are the strategic plans of Government of India to furthermore expand the MOOCs activities?
Exactly, ma'am. If it is a very relevant question, and if you see that the scenario of pandemic where everything we suddenly changed to the online platform, we even know many of the universities had even not had a blended learning approach of their teaching and learning. So suddenly we shifted to the online mode, and thanks to the SWAYAM, which we had already a system in, and it was implemented in 2007, much before the pandemic came into. So it facilitated learning in a large way, and as well as it motivated others to adopt the online learning pedagogy, how to develop an e-content, because every guideline was available in the public domain. So it helps us, being a teacher, it helps us a lot to understand the ecosystem of e-content development, as well as submitting proposal to the SWAYAM. So these are the strategies of the government of India, that how we are making those courses available under SWAYAM platform, where users not only can search get a certification, but nowadays university can conduct a program like courses in totally online mode, not a blended mode. So that is the future strategies of government of India, and that will be going in future. You will see that many of the university have online distance program, degree
So,
program.
what is one
Thank
more
you, sir. And
connected question?
there is
Last question from my side: that how it can bridge the gaps of digital divisions, because we have a state and a country with very huge hierarchies and stratifications. So
Yes, ma'am.
whether it can be accessible by mass, and whether it can be more
Uh,
open and more
as per
flexible.
as far accessibility is concerned, it is accessible to mass. There is no question, because nowadays earlier we were thinking that even mobile phone network was not possible to each and everyone. Now at least everyone has a smartphone. So Swami, because and we have, at least in the villages, I have seen that many of the villages, most of the villages, you could say that at least have the 3G connectivity. So definitely it will take time. Even the mission of Digital India mission is very helpful, and it plays a very significant role to bridge the gap between this digital divide gap. So sooner or later, in whole India will have a 5G technology network. So it will definitely facilitate, I think so.
Thank
thank
you,
you,
thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
madam,
you.
for raising such questions actually, which shows the present scenario with regard to our country and the use of this MOOCs and the e-contents OERs available. What I think is mainly this is not about a digital divide; it is more about a mental reluctance. So before pandemic in 2020, 2020, prior to that, we had all those systems. We had Google Meet, we had all those things. But even then, we were not trying to have. But if, as it said, that in necessity is the mother of invention. So it was compelled. You are compelled to do because of the restrictions of the COVID-19. So all this technology, and we find that even the in the remotest place, the students are there. They are comfortably using the technology and are participating and engaging themselves with all academic activities that we do. So in future, definitely there is a brighter perspectives of this Swayam and books is there, and how great it is being at Sambalpur if you can take a degree or a diploma from a university at University of Stanford. That is now possible. All IIMs and relating to the there is another question on the
Exactly.
screen relating to the quality and all those things. And I think now our speaker will answer that what is the process of quality control of content and which authority is regulating it. This question is asked by Madhuri, who is attending this course on YouTube.
Actually, the quality control is very crucial aspect, and that's why we have coordinating institutions. We have once you submit your proposal, it will be go to the further authorities for the evaluation, and there are a lot of
Dr. Pandey, I
coordinating
think your
agencies.
voice is slightly breaking. Can you just take care of it?
Maybe there is some network issues there. I don't know exactly. I said that there are various coordinating agencies who are taking care of this quality control part. And once you submit your proposal, first it will go to the university, the local SWAM coordinator, then it will go to the national level coordinator, and there is an expert panel who will evaluate the quality content, as well as your content must be evaluated. The content you are posting there, it should be also go through evaluation by various experts. So this is the
Now
way we control
we
quality.
have this. Yeah, how to give source if I use
There is
this.
one more question
Okay, good.
actually in the chat
I
box.
think
How to give source if I use an image for my book cover page?
Yeah, it is very much easy. You can keep the image is from original source in the back of title page. You will find that all these leading
yes.
publishers, they are mentioning the source, so it is not a big deal.
So a lot of interactions, a lot of questions shows that this topic is a lot of interest to our audience and particularly those who are attending this. So as I said, if you have any question, write it on the YouTube, and we'll request our speaker to answer those questions on the
Yeah,
YouTube
I would
itself.
happy to answer. Even they can write
Yes.
directly to me. I would happy to
Yes.
answer all the questions.
Now we have come to an end of today's session with a big thanks to Dr. Sriram Pandey, and now I will request this.
Oh, sir. Am I audible? Janta, am I audible? Yes, you are audible.
Close it. Yes. Now I request Dr. Savitri Maji to propose a vote of thanks. There is a conflict with the two systems, so I'll just.
Am I audible? Am I
Yes, you are
audible?
audible. Savitri, you are audible.
Uh, Honorable Director HRDC, Professor B. Maharana Sir, Speaker of the Day, Dr. Sriram Pandeji, my friend, Coordinator of the program, Course Coordinator, Dr. N.K. Behera Sir, Professor S.R. Mahapatra Sir, Professor Palta Singh Madam, and Jayanta, and all fellow participants. First of all, I'd like to extend my deep sense of gratitude and thanks to Director HRTC Professor B. Maharana Sir for taking nice initiative to conduct such beautiful programs and selecting such a nice topic, which is very very essential, particularly during this COVID-19. The importance of online education has been increased, and always there is a need for e-content development, and he has chosen the right person, Dr. Pandey. He is having so much expertise, and he is actually practicing and developing the content, and so rightly chosen. And my since I would like to extend my hearty thanks to Dr. Sriram Pandey for delivering such a informative and very elaborative delivery on the topic. Moocs and e-content development very nicely, comprehensively. He covered different quadrants, and very elaborative deliberation and creative common license and content creation, shoyam. So this is my hearty thanks to him, Dr. Pandey. And at last, I thanks N.K. Behra sir for coordinating, and Jayanta for coordinating the technical session. And last but not the least, I would like to extend my hearty thanks to all the participants for their patience hearing. Thank you all. Thanks.